Hi and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia. On this channel we discuss all aspects of the ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. We're going to be doing the daily reading for Saturday, October 17th, 2020, and this is the final day of this galactic month. So starting tomorrow, we will be entering the self-existing moon of form. But for today, we are still within the electric moon of service. And for those who aren't familiar with the galactic calendar and are just tuning in, the galactic calendar has 13 months. And so when we move into galactic time, we're moving into natural time. And outside of what we would call artificial or unnatural time, which would be this third dimensional construct with the 365 days, the 12 months. And so the galactic or the cosmic calendar has 13 months, and everything is in line with the 13 moons of the year. And so we have a certain energy for each moon, which embodies one of the 13 tones of existence. And so we are on the third month right now, which is the electric moon of service. And this is all about activation, bonding, and service. That service piece being extremely important, I think, and profound. We've been feeling a lot of energies around that and really understanding over the course of this month how it is that we're able to be of service to ourselves first and foremost, so that we can then be of service to the world, and really internalizing this concept that service to others is service to self, and service to self is service to others. The two are synonymous, right? And so whichever way we are called to be of service is perfectly beautiful and perfectly natural, as long as that service comes from the heart. I mean, anything that we can possibly embody or do is perfect in its own way, because we need all expressions within this universe, right? So there is nothing that isn't perfect. But if we are wanting to move into, which I think a lot of people watching this channel probably are, this new fifth dimensional earth that we are in the process of birthing right now, then we want to be led by love, right? We have that choice point right now. Do we want to go the direction of love or the direction of fear? And either direction is perfectly fine. It's just, what do we want to experience in our soul's evolution moving forward? And so I take the liberty of assuming, and I know you should never assume, but that many people watching this channel are moved by the energy of love and moving and making that choice. If you're making the choice of fear and you watch my videos, I applaud you for that, because they must drive you crazy. But that's okay. Welcome. If that is the vibration that you identify with and are leaning towards, and you still love my videos, I love you and I appreciate you, and I'm glad that you're here. So with no further ado, we will move into the energies of the day. Today is a day that's guided by the heart chakra, and so this is a rainbow activation day, and you can really tap into that heart chakra energy by doing a rainbow meditation. Bring that rainbow light, that rainbow energy down through your chakras, through your energy system, radiate it out through your being, and really connect and center into that heart frequency. And so that's perfect, I guess, that we were talking about that, tapping into that frequency of love, because we do have that heart portal open today and every Saturday. So yes, that rainbow meditation is always a fantastic thing to do on Saturdays. And today is guided by timelessness. The galactic signature or energy of the day is white resonant wind. And so when we talk about this white wind energy, what we're talking about is communication, breath, and spirit, right? And so we're looking at the spiritual aspect today. The spirit, what animates everything, right? That guiding force that animates and sanctifies everything, all matter. And the merging of spirit and matter, and the magic that happens when that happens. And we're really looking at the ways that we communicate today. Spirit is inspiration, right? That's what that spiritual energy is, what brings us that sense of inspiration, those inspired thoughts and ideas. And then when we receive those inspired thoughts and ideas, we want to communicate them. We want to share them, right? So it's all about communicating freely with others, sharing our perspectives, sharing our inspirations, sharing our ideas, and making them manifest through the power of that shared experience and understanding. And when we're guided by the breath today, right? The breath is what animates our body. We bring in that life force energy through the breath. And so the breath is a very powerful tool to use every day, especially on these days with this white wind energy, because we can really tap into that inspiration and that flow through the use of our breath, right? And how do we communicate as well? We communicate through the breath. So we see how it's all linked together here. And there's a beautiful quote here that I wanted to share. It says, "Through our breath, we are in relation with all life, never separate from the great mystery," right? And that is absolutely true and absolutely beautiful. And we can just bring ourselves, if we are feeling challenged at all today, if we are struggling at all, bring it back to the breath. That is a beautiful way to center ourselves as we navigate the energies of today and to move through these energies. And it says here, White Wind advises, breathe consciously, breathe deep. Communicate to convey your truths and create connections. Follow your spirit without hesitation. For spirit is so near that you can't see it. And that last piece was a quote by Rumi. And so, yes, and we really want to be doing that. We want to be guided by not only this energy of timelessness, but this energy of our spirits today as we navigate or work with the tone of resonant. And so the resonant tone is all about resonant frequencies and how we resonate with the frequencies around us, right? And so really paying attention to the frequencies around us today, to our own frequency, to seeing what's being shown, what our experience through our day is like, is going to show us the vibration that we're resonating at. And so we want to use that as clues. And if we're experiencing things today that are not sitting well with us, we need to check our own vibration, check our own resonance. Pay attention to what are we surrounding ourselves with. The resonance of the vibrations around us is going to affect our resonance. But it's also an opportunity for us to project our own radiance and our own resonance and allow and give others the opportunity to then resonate with us, right? We can bring up that energy and that frequency if we consciously intend to do so. But it's also about just paying attention to what are you tuning your energy to, right? What are the vibrations that surround you on a consistent basis? And if those aren't working for you and you're not able to uplift that resonance, then maybe it's time to move into situations around people, right? To consume, right? What are you consuming? What are you listening to? What are you reading? Who are you spending time with? What are you thinking? What are you saying? All these different things, the ways that we're consuming. What are you reading? What are you watching? And what are you listening to? And we could go on forever with this, right? What are you consuming? But how are you resonating with that? And how can you change those things, which will then change your own resonance and sort of move it into a vibration that is more conducive to what it is that you're wanting to experience today. Today is the day after the new moon, right? It was a very intense one. We're still in the energies of that. There was a video on the new moon if you guys want to check it out. And so, yeah. Those energies are still very much present. All of those challenging aspects are still at play. We have all those squares going on to Mars and the Sun, Eris. Check out, like I said, the new moon video if you want to understand more about how those energies are playing out today. Oh, and sorry, I'm a little all over the place today, but it's okay. The affirmation, the galactic affirmation for the day is, I channel in order to communicate. Inspiring breath. I seal the input of spirit with the resonant tone of attunement. I am guided by the power of timelessness. So you can use that affirmation to really tap into the galactic energies of the day. And then back to the astrology we go. I like to kind of get that out of the way before we get into the astrological piece. We do have the moon conjunct Mercury today, and the moon is in Scorpio. So that energy of that scorpionic energy is going to feel even more intense today. Our mental processes are already feeling a lot more emotional because of this scorpionic energy. And now the moon is in Scorpio as well. And so this is just adding another layer to that. So it may be a day of very intense emotion, intense passion. Today is a day that we can also connect very intimately with others. And with this white wind energy, this communication, right? This spiritual energy, if we move into that and we choose to connect with others on an intimate level where we are sharing our truth, right? Sharing from that place of spiritual resonance, it can be a very beautiful day as well. This energy does not have to be challenging. What's challenging is our resistance to whatever is being revealed and whatever is coming up. And so we always want to keep that in mind, because it's very I almost said overpowering. It's very empowering, right? Because that tells us that we can change our experience at any moment by changing our perspective, which is, of course, a beautiful, beautiful gift. Yeah, and we also have the moon and Mercury conjunction opposing Uranus. So very possibly unpredictable energy, chaotic energy. It's the chaos within ourselves, right, that we may be coming to terms with today. And just chaotic moods, chaotic emotions in the world in general, events that we did not anticipate. But this Uranian energy is also this beautiful energy of freedom and evolution and revolution, right? And so we can really tap into that as well. And we can continue to allow ourselves to be challenged to look at things from that higher perspective moving forward. But we may feel very emotionally charged when it comes to situations, when it comes to people, when it comes to anything that we feel is blocking our ability to be free, to express ourselves, to truly be who we are in the world. Clear. All right, so we're going to get some energies for today. This beautiful, beautiful Saturday, this heart chakra day. I really am feeling this as a beautiful day to connect for a lot of people, to really utilize that scorpionic energy in a very productive way with this heart-centered day, this communication, this timeless energy, right? We can really make some beautiful, intimate connections with those we love today. And just surround yourselves with those people that you resonate with, right? That are of the resonant tone that you are wanting to create. And so we had the solar eclipse revolution card come out with the void of course moon card missing. And so I'm feeling as though for a lot of people today, and really this whole week in general, has felt a bit challenging in that there is this incredible revolutionary energy in the air, right? There's been this building momentum, and it kind of feels like the wind got taken out of the sails a little bit, and that we're just sort of floating and aimless. This is a time where a lot of people may be second guessing their purpose, their path, everything that they thought they knew about themselves, about the world, about the ascension, about the revolution, right? This spiritual revolution that is going on right now. Like, it's really this time where we've been kind of like, we're definitely feeling, I know for me, I've been feeling since Mercury went retrograde on the 14th, I've been feeling that Mars retrograde energy much more heavily than I was before. And so I'm also a fixed sign. I am a Taurus sun. And so Mercury going retrograde in Scorpio, which is also a fixed sign, is going to affect the fixed signs a little bit more. So that could be a little bit for me too, but I've been noticing, I think a lot of people have been feeling this, but it's also like, there was a break in the energy yesterday. The energy was really heavy, and then it seemed to lighten up a little bit, at least from my perspective yesterday. But it was a day where I needed a lot of rest. I'm still resting today because I'm tuning into those flows of my body, and when my body starts feeling drained and strained, instead of pushing through like I used to, I'm caring for myself. So really internalizing those lessons, right, of self-care, at least for me. And I share what's going on with me because I know that we are all vibrationally connected, right? And so a lot of people that watch these videos, things that I'm going through, you'll be able to relate to. So it's not that I just want to sit on here and talk about me all day. But I do share things when they seem to be relevant. And so I did want to kind of put that out there. Just really feeling this energy of things kind of being dialed back and being like, I don't really know, questioning everything that we thought we knew, and just like our role possibly in this revolution. And is there even a revolution, right? Getting really caught up in illusion. I feel for a lot of people getting caught up in the illusion, right? And so like, we need to talk about this. Everything that you are seeing reflected in the outward world, if you're watching the news, if you're following the media, is a lie, right? It's an illusion. Do not fall into that trap, all right? We are in a shifting paradigm right now. The old paradigm, the old world is dying and a new world is being created. But that old world gets really loud as it is dying. This is like the death rattle that we're witnessing right now. And it really wants to convince us. They really want to convince us. And when I say they, who do I mean? I mean the people that control the media, the people that control all of the information that you're fed, right? If you're getting your information from out there instead of in here and in here, right? They want us to stay trapped in that fear vibration, right? And so they're feeding us lots and lots of fear. But that fear is an illusion. There is so much good happening right now. Like this revolution, it may feel like things are not happening and almost like we're moving backwards, but we are not. There is so much victory being had as far as that darkness being fought. Like we don't have to do anything about that right now. Right now, like the way that we fight the darkness right now is by coming into our own empowerment, is by seeing the beauty, seeing the light in things, right? Being that light. That doesn't mean pretending that darkness doesn't exist. It just means not allowing ourselves to be dragged into that vibration, right? We stay strong. We stay focused. We understand that this is the home stretch right now. I'm going to be doing a video on the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction, right? It's Jupiter and Saturn are going to be conjunct at its 28 or 29 degrees of Capricorn on December 21st. And then they'll be moving into Aquarius together and conjunct again at 0 degrees of Aquarius at the beginning of January. And so this is huge. This is going to be a huge date. This is from the information that I'm getting, which is matching up with my own resonance, my own inner knowing. If we have a high enough count of people who are awakened and who are seeing through the illusion and are operating from that place of trust and love, we are going to see that split happening between the earths as we then move into the 5D, those of us who are calibrated towards this vibration of love, right? And so we really want to be cognizant. Do not allow what is being reflected to you, if you are paying too much attention to the mainstream right now, do not allow yourself to be dragged into that vibration and to be convinced that this is not happening. This is happening. This is like the final test, right? Stand strong in your truth. If you are confused about your truth, go within and find that. Understand that we are purging a lot of energies right now to prepare for this shift. But that does not mean we don't have to get stuck in those energies. We don't have to overly attach to those energies. We can let them come up and let them come out. If you need assistance with this, please reach out to me. I do really beautiful and powerful angelic healings. The type of modality that I do is called Belvaspata, angelic healing of the heart. It was a modality that was gifted to humanity to help us through this ascension process. It can be so helpful. Do not struggle alone, right? Please, there is so many resources. You don't have to reach out to me. Reach out to anybody, right? Energy healing, anything that you can do to really uplift yourself and your vibration and to not get stuck in the energies, right? We need to release them right now, but we don't need to like embroil ourselves in them and become really caught up in them and then feed them by tuning into more fear and more negativity, right? This isn't saying like spiritually bypass and everything's kumbaya and pretend that there is no darkness. No, this means embrace that darkness with the power of love and integrate that within your being. Become more whole, but don't be fooled and don't be seduced by the darkness being shown all around you and think that that's all that there is. There is also light, and the light is winning. That's all I have to say about that. Any more energies here? Well, the cards are just flying out today. We have Uranus, genius. Yes, baby. That is the energy that we're talking about. We have this Uranus opposition, right, going on with the, like we were talking about, the Moon and Mercury conjunct opposing Uranus. And so this Uranus has been shaking us up for a little while here, right? Uranus is right now retrograde in the sign of Taurus. And so this is shaking up, this is a transformation, right, of everything that Venus represents, because Venus rules Taurus, right? So, and Venus in the sign of Taurus, we'll take it a step further, right? When it comes to finances, when it comes to our physical realities, when it comes to what matters to us and what we value, when it comes to how we defend our right to our own peace of mind, right? Taurus, the ultimate goal of Taurus is to find peace, right? Is to be centered and calm and still, and to find that peace and to thrive in that peace. And so what is standing in the way of that? That is what we're valuing right now more than anything, right? Which is absolutely perfect timing. This is changes in the financial system, changes in what we term beautiful, right? What we term, like we said, to be of value. And so Uranus is just really coming in right now with this retrograde. And this is like divine intervention, shaking up and shaking away anything, removing for us anything that we have been unable to remove that is standing in the way of our spiritual growth. If it is still facilitating our growth, it's not going to be removed, right? But if the time has passed, it's sort of like we've stayed past the expiration date in any area of our lives. Uranus is coming in like a wrecking ball and just getting rid of that energy. It's also providing us with so many light codes right now, so many downloads, so much information, so much inspiration. Like, this is the energy. This is the revolution energy right here, right? Uranus rules Aquarius. We are entering the age of Aquarius. This is a whole new way of doing things, a whole new way of being that we are moving into right now. This is the energy that tells you, think outside the box. Like we said, don't pay attention to the illusion. Uranus energy is that genius energy. Uranus sees through all of that. Uranus sees from that higher perspective, is connected to that cosmic consciousness, right? And sees through all the bullshit. Uranus sees opportunities where other people see challenges, right? And so this is the energy that we are being asked to embody and to embrace and to allow into our lives right now. And this is also an indication that there is going to be, we have lunar eclipse change on the bottom of the deck. Lots of changes that are going to shake us up, that just understand that everything is happening for the highest and best. And so just allow that. Do not fight it. Fighting anything that is going on, that Uranus is coming in and trying to remove right now, is going to be it's futile. It's purposeless. It's going to be a waste of your time. Embrace it instead. Embrace your own inner genius, right? Your own inspiration. Whatever inspired thoughts are coming to you right now, embrace and trust that. And then we have Mercury retrograde, reinvention, right? We're talking, this is all just right in line, you guys, right? Reinvention. This is an opportunity, right? Uranus opposing Mercury. This is the higher octave. Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury, right? This is like our brain and the way the brain works. This is the mind. This is the higher mind, right? This is the spiritually guided mind, the higher consciousness. The consciousness, the higher consciousness. Our consciousness is going through an upheaval and a reinvention period right now, right? And Uranus, sitting directly across from Mercury, is assisting in this evolution of our consciousness, right? We are reinventing. So we're reinventing the wheel. I just heard that in my head right now, which is really interesting and really funny, because isn't that saying something like you don't need to reinvent the wheel? But we do, we can, and we are, because there is something so much better that will come in its place. And so, yeah, this is just allow yourself to be reinvented. Allow whatever is going on in your consciousness right now to go on. However your perspective is trying to shift, let it shift. Whatever is coming up for you, allow it to come up, right? Accept, embrace, understand those lower energies, and help convert them into these higher energies, this higher wisdom, this higher knowledge. Everything that's happening right now is not happening to you, it is happening for you. So really, really embrace this. This is reinvention. We are reinventing. We are changing, right? Everything right now. Absolutely everything. Yes. Yeah. And then underneath that, we have the sun spirit, right? This is that spiritual revolution. That's going right on top of the revolution card. There is a revolution of our spirit, of our consciousness, right? It's changes in consciousness. And then also routine, right? our habits, like we were talking about with the self-care. This is the house that's ruled by Virgo. We've been really working on that, building and creating the habits that are going to be constructive to lead us to where it is that we want to go right now, right? And really taking care of our health, taking care of our physicality, understanding the way the body and the spirit are one, right? And utilizing that, really allowing those to become interconnected. This is the first time in the history of the cosmos that we are ascending into a higher dimension while maintaining our physical vessels, right? The spirit and the body, they are becoming one. They're melding into whatever it is that they are going to be as they come together to be experienced the way they're going to be experienced in this new reality. Has never been done before. We don't know what that's going to look like. So all we can do is just be very cognizant of our bodies right now and how we care for them. And then we have the Leo I will energy, right? So this is like really, it's that energy of the spotlight again as well, and that energy of just really being who we truly are, being authentic, expressing ourselves authentically, right? Loving authentically. Leo energy is all heart. It's all courage. It's all heart. It's all charisma. So being that beautiful spark of who you are meant to be, really allowing yourself to shine right now, right? Reinventing yourself. We are not prisoners of our past, right? Whoever we thought we were in the past, we can shed that identity now, right? We don't have to be that person anymore. We don't have to, if we were somebody and we always characterized ourselves by saying, oh, I'm super shy, I'm afraid to speak my truth, I'm whatever, and like, I apologize for the voice, it doesn't mean to be condescending. It's just, this is like my voice for those habitual negative thoughts that we have in our minds, right? It's like that Eeyore voice. That doesn't have to be true anymore. Get rid of that. Is that serving you? Then if it's not serving you, then step into a new identity. I am powerful, right? I am magnetic. I am charismatic. I am alive, right? I am excited. I am exciting. I am passionate. Like really choose the adjectives that you want to describe yourself, right? And whatever you choose, however you wish you could describe yourself, you can, you are, you will, right? That's who you truly are, because if it wasn't, that would not be coming to mind for you. That is the truth of who you are. So really step into that and embrace that. And if you don't, there are going to be events that will provoke that change. There are events that are provoking that change. They're showing us our fears and our perceived weaknesses and vulnerabilities so that we can overcome them, so that we can decide, I am not going to pander and cater to that anymore. I am going to reinvent myself. I know who I am. All of these thoughts that swirl around in my mind, that's not who I truly am, right? All of what they try to program me with on the outside, that's not who I truly am. I'm going to go within. I'm going to figure out who and decide for myself who I truly am, right? I will. And I am creating, I have created that reality moving forward. And then Scorpio, I transform, right? And I believe, keep that faith. Keep that faith. And South Node, clearing that karma, clearing all of those past energies. We're still doing that. Allow that process. And then Gemini, thinking, the mind, the reinvention of the mental processes and the communication. And then abundance, message. I mean, we could keep going. I can't. I mean, I could, but we could go through this whole deck and interpret, right? But I think that this was pretty good. I actually want to get a couple Starseed Oracle cards to close today. Sorry, baby. That's a little rough. Clear. Any guidance, any closing guidance for today from the Starseed Oracle? From the Starseed Oracle. Closing guidance. Okay. You're not alone. Isolation, physical connection, community. This can feel like a very lonely time, especially as we are, as our resonance is changing, right? When we talk about this resonant tone, this resonant energy, right? people who do not vibrate at the resonance that we're moving into are dropping out of our lives, right? And that's leaving space for new people to come in, but that can be a really scary and a really lonely place sometimes. This awakening journey can feel very lonely. This is confirmation for anybody who's feeling alone right now. You are not alone. Right? There is a period, there is that null, that void space between when the old is shed and the new comes in. And that space is also very important because that's the space where we center and ground into our own energy, where we really are invited to make that connection with spirit, with creator, with our guides and our angels and our team, right? And most importantly, like we said, with ourselves, and to really center into that. And as we center into that more and become more of our own true vibration, that's when we really start attracting those people into our reality. But in that interim time, know that you are not alone, right? Being alone is an illusion. If you're feeling alone also, please reach out to me for the Belvaspata. One of the things that it does is reconnect us to our own divinity and heal the illusion of separation between ourselves and source. All right? So really, please do reach out to me for that. Just, there are so many communities online as well. That's what I'm working to create here with this channel, is a community where we can come together and support each other, right? This journey can feel lonely, but you are never alone. Just know that. Do not allow yourself to fall into that illusion. There may need to be a period of isolation to come more deeply into contact with yourself, right? To connect with yourself, to connect with spirit, to connect with that knowledge and that understanding that you're never alone. But as soon as that happens, boom, everything else starts coming in. And this is maybe a day, especially with this Scorpio energy and everything, the moon and Mercury conjunct both in Scorpio, where we are really yearning for that physical touch, that connection, right? It's a heart chakra day. And so just, if you are in a space where you are not receiving that right now, just know that you're really not alone, and take this as an opportunity to tune into those higher realms and all that support and unconditional love that is available to you from the Creator. And then we have Earth, learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. Right? A lot of us feel lonely too, right? Because we know that we're not of this earth. I don't like to use labels a lot. It is a 3D thing that we do. Labels separate, right? They create distinctions. The whole point is for us to understand and come back to this consciousness, this understanding that we are all one, right? Because we are all of the same energy. We all return to that same energy. We actually never left. There's no way to leave, to separate ourselves from that energy, because it is what we are, right? But there are people, we talk about, who are starseeds, who did come here for the purpose of uplifting humanity, right? And so it can feel to be a very lonely place when we instinctively know that our home is not here on earth, right? That our home is somewhere very far away, and maybe a lot of the people, a lot of our soul tribe are not even here incarnated with us right now. And some of us have always felt that way inside, even when we meet. I can definitely relate to this. Souls that we know that we've connected with in lifetimes on earth, it still doesn't feel the same as home, right? Because for some of us, home is very, very far away. However, just really sink and center into this earth experience right now. Not into the 3-dimensional fear matrix, all right? But into the 5-dimensional earth, into this beautiful interconnected web of love and life and everything that Gaia has to offer. If you're having trouble connecting with, and I hope you are, right? It's a good thing. The matrix and the general humanity in general, go connect with Gaia, connect with nature. You came here to save her, right? You came here to help humanity, but you came here to help her, and she loves you unconditionally and is so grateful for you. So connecting with Gaia is a great way to connect to this human experience, and just connecting with your own experience, connecting with your own body, connecting with what it means to be human for you. Right? What is the beauty? Find the beauty, the gifts in that experience. And the more gifts you find in that experience, the more gifts will be presented to you, because that's how that energy works. And then Star Keeper, Cosmic Ancestor, seed the light by staying grounded. See, 2 cards about being connected to the earth, and then we have the inner earth on the bottom of the deck as well. You'll survive this, new solutions and beginnings. So really anchoring into that earth energy, you guys, not, like we said, I'll repeat it again, not the 3rd dimensional fear matrix, right? Not that, but into the energy of the earth herself. Connect with the earth herself. Imagine, we talked about grounding crystals being really helpful right now. Browns, reds, blacks, to help repel that, to help repel those vibrations and those energies that we don't want to be taking on right now, right? Really blacks, but reds and browns as well. Oranges can be helpful. But just staying grounded any way we can. We talked about bringing down the cord of light through the spinal column, down through the layers of the earth, connecting to the center of the earth and pulling that energy back up through the chakra system, right? I like to connect it, pull it down, connect it up, bring it back down, bring it back and forth, right? Really helps to clear that channel, clear that spinal column, that chakra line. But you really, any ways that we can stay grounded, we are, a lot of us, all of us, you know, really, if we're technical about it, cosmic beings, but we are having this human experience, and we are just, our vibration, as it becomes more and more of what it truly is bringing in and feeding the earth with these light codes, right, that she so desperately needs. So really, to stay rooted and grounded and connected to her, while at the same time connected above, allows that light to stream in and to reinforce her, which for many is really the primary job right now, is just being that channel, that conduit, that antenna for that energy. And then you're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness. Face your true north. That's that Uranus energy. That's that energy we were talking about before, being reiterated. Be who you truly are. Decide who you want to be. Not who society told you you were. Not who you think other people want you to be. Who you truly want to be. Who you truly are. Whoever it is that you want to be is actually who you are, funnily enough, like we said before. So continue to stand in your authenticity, to embrace what makes you unique, because that is what makes you so invaluable to this process. I love you all so very, very much. I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. There are links to donate down below if you feel so moved to donate to my channel. Very much appreciated. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Drop a comment. Let me know how this day is resonating for you. Check out my email down below with a description of the services that I offer. If you are requiring assistance, I would absolutely love to provide that for you right now. I love you all so very, very much. I appreciate you so very deeply. Keep on shining, you guys. Really embrace this process. Embrace your weirdness. Embrace your humanity right now, right? But bring in that energy, that white wind energy, that spiritual energy into it, right? We are not just one thing. We are having a human experience, but we are spiritual beings. So bridge those two together, connect those two together. That's what we're here to do right now. That is what we are doing as we are ascending. We are connecting the human experience to the spiritual experience and melding those in a way that has never been done before. This is ground zero. We are doing this right now. We are on the front lines, creating this new experience together. Keep yourselves rooted in love. Do not fall victim to fear. Ground yourselves. Hydrate yourselves, rest yourselves, recharge yourselves, and just know that you are so beautiful and you are so perfect exactly as you are.